Hey guys, this is Eljammi over here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or for all the new subscribers, hello. I'm so happy to have you back. Make sure that you come for more. But let me introduce you to this tutorial. This is all about the flawless skin that we want to achieve every single day, every single hour of our lifetime. In this video, I'm showing you how to achieve a flawless glass skin. So if you want to know how to achieve this look over here, then keep watching. The whole point of a glass skin makeup tutorial that we're doing today is that to accomplish that perfect skin without showing the blemishes, without showing the fine lines, without showing literally anything. So to achieve that, first of all, for any good makeup look, what we need is a good skincare. Now, I know that a lot of girls, and yeah, you're one of them, I know, you skip the proper skincare steps that we need to do. But please do not, because no matter how good of a makeup product you can have, if your skincare is not in order, the makeup will never last and it will never give you an effect of the same effect that you can have when you have the proper skincare routine under it. So the first thing that I always like to start with is to use a toner, and I'm using this Use a Double Lotion Herborian toner. And what I do is that I just cleanse my face all over, just to make sure, even though I know that I don't have any makeup on, but throughout the day, even just by going outside from one place to another, you will have some dust or like just something on your face. So you want to make sure that your face is super clean once you start applying makeup. The next step is, usually I don't use primers, so for people that follow me on Instagram and have been watching my makeup tutorials know that I'm not a big fan of primers. But this time I am going to use a primer, and I'm gonna use this one specifically from Smashbox because it's 2-in-1. So it's a primer plus moisturizer, and the reason why I love specifically this primer is because it has hyaluronic acid, which, if you guys again follow me for quite some time, you know that hyaluronic acid is one of my favorite things to use in skincare. So that's why this primer is something that I would maybe buy and use in the future. And also this primer really mattifies all like the fine lines or like any big pores that you have. And just what I do is that I focus that primer specifically in the center of my face, because this is where I tend to have like, oh my god, this finger is gonna be sticking out the whole video. So I specifically focus in the center because this is where I tend to get oily the most, and once you get oily, you're not really getting that glass skin look, don't you? No, not really happening. So focusing in the center, the primer, because I'm not taking it outside because I have a combination skin type, so I have normal to dry areas just around my face, like in this area, so I usually don't use any primers there. If I use a primer, I generally always focus on the center, and today I'm doing it even more. Now the next step is using an eye cream. This is also something that I love doing because under eyes is one of the most sensitive areas that we have in our face. It's the thinnest skin that you have on the whole face, and you always need to make sure that you hydrate it really well at night, in the morning. Even if you don't apply makeup throughout the day, you can even apply more eye cream in the middle of the day, but I love doing that. So I'm just applying it up and down, and then with this finger, which is the weakest finger in our hand, I'm just gonna tap that product in. So once you even apply all those skincare steps, you can see on your face straight away that you're kind of starting to have that healthy natural glow that comes within your face, and that is #1 step to perfect glass face look. So the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to be using a foundation. So glass skin makeup routine is all about having, again, that perfect perfect face without any kind of, you know, like you want like a perfect canvas. So usually you would go with the like a full coverage products that you would use for this, and also you would use more of a brush than a beauty blender, because a brush is going to give you even a fuller coverage. So what I'm doing this time is that I'm using a medium coverage foundation, just because you need to also consider, if you're doing this kind of look in summer, you don't want to have like so many products that are full coverage because you're going to die in the heat. So what I want to do is that I'm going to use a medium coverage foundation, and then using the buffing technique, I'm going to kind of give it a full coverage to the face. So I'm gonna zoom in the camera just so you guys can see how I'm going to use the buffing technique and kind of give the face the full coverage. You can see there are some blemishes that I have, and due to the heat I break out a lot. So you can see I'm grabbing a bit of foundation, and then I'm just gonna start literally pressing it into my skin. And depending on the foundation that you are using, there are some foundations that dry out really fast, so you need to be fast as well. Like Fenty Beauty, Huda Beauty, those are the kind of foundations that dry out really fast. So if you use this kind of technique, you need to be a bit quicker on blending it out. And then I need to make sure that I also take it all the way down to my neck and onto the ears. So you can see, just by pressing it 2-3 times, I covered the whole area right here. Now I'm gonna do the same on this side as well. If you want like a more natural kind of finish, then you can always go back with a beauty blender and kind of go all over the face just to get the excess product if you have any. I am in control of my brush, so I know that I'm not really putting that excess product on my face, because whatever excess I have on the brush already, I'm kind of moving it around the whole face and just spreading the product all over my face. The least amount of product that I always put, no matter what kind of makeup look I'm doing, is always the nose and the forehead. Because first of all, those are the fastest areas where your product gets absorbed really fast. And then if you have too much product in this area, it makes you also look older. So you want to always make sure that you don't apply that much amount of product, and it's never gonna show, you know, unless your face is like 2-3 shades lighter than your foundation. But in general, if you're using like close color to your face, then always try to apply like a little amount of product on the forehead and on the nose. And I'm making sure that I'm really pressing it upwards onto my hairline, because I don't want any edges to show. And we are done, guys. This is this is the tutorial. So moving on, now I'm going to conceal my face, and for that I'm mixing 2 concealers together. Both of them are pretty full coverage, but the good thing about both of those concealers, they give you a very kind of mattifying effect, and that's exactly what we want, because for glass skin we need to make sure that everything looks extremely flawless, and the whole face looks kind of really well put together. So that's why I'm using a full coverage concealer. I'm not doing the whole contour routine. All what I'm doing is just a little bit of concealing in the areas where I need it. And now taking a beauty blender like this, I'm just starting to press the concealer into my face. Here's the thing, if you want your product, sometimes we apply product and then we wonder, okay, I blended it all, where's the coverage? The problem is that a lot of people, when they start blending, they directly go in the center and start blending the product. What you want to do is that you want to start blending the edges first, and then when you move to the center where most of your product is, you want to be way lighter with your hand, just so you can keep the product. And even when you're blending, you want to keep blending in the same place because you want to still keep that product in there. I always wonder, what is the most pleasing step about doing makeup? For me, it's always eyebrows. No, but for real. The next step is going to be applying translucent powder. I'm not doing any baking. I'm just taking the powder, and the first area where I'm locking it in is under my eye, because this is the fastest area that gets to crease. So I need to make sure that I lock that in. So with the same blender, I'm just pressing the powder into my under eye. You can also do baking, but just because I'm really focusing on the texture of the skin, glass skin needs to look good as well in real life. And if you do baking, it looks amazing on the camera and in the pictures, but in real life it doesn't look as good. That's why if you want to achieve like amazing glass skin for camera, for photography, then you can definitely do baking. But if you want your glass skin to look like glass skin in real life as well, then I would probably skip the whole baking part. So I'm applying the powder everywhere in the center of my face, again, because this is the fastest area that gets to get oily and stuff. So I need to make sure that I lock it in properly and that it looks flawless. Yo, I'm good, huh? Yeah, that's exactly what we want to achieve. If you don't do the proper skincare steps, and if you do it the way how I'm showing you to do it in the video, you're gonna see such a massive difference, like in your face routine. Once you're gonna start applying the makeup, everything is just gonna sit flawlessly onto your skin. If you're obviously using the products that suits your face, that's a whole another video that we can talk about, that we can do. So now I'm going to kind of contour and bronze at the same time, because you see that I didn't use like creamy contour, just because as much as it is a glass skin tutorial and so on, I want to minimize the usage of the products that you would do, because usually, even like in general for glass skin, you don't really have that much product on your face. So I'm just gonna skip the creamy contour and directly contour with my bronzer. I'm really trying to avoid applying like a lot of product. I'm trying to really minimize the usage of how much I apply, just because I want everything to be really nicely combined together. And if you apply a lot of product, it's hard to blend, and it's still gonna give you like the edges, the difference between everything. Obviously we still want the difference to show, but we want it to be a smooth transition between each product that we apply. And I'm gonna take some of that contour and bronzer onto my neck as well, because I need to make sure that everything is matching, everything is the same color. Okay. For the highlighter that I'm going to use, after the bronzer I'm using a highlighter. If again you follow me for quite some time, you know that I like the order of bronzer, highlighter, and then a blusher. So for the highlighter, for the glass skin, we need a kind of highlighter that is not chunky and that is not too much. We need a settled highlighter, but don't be scared like, oh, settled highlighter? Is that gonna give me the glow that I want? It's gonna give you the glow that you want, trust me. It's just about really having that beautiful finish. And sometimes with like those extreme highlighters, you're not gonna really get that. You're gonna get that amazing glow. Yeah, glow for days. Yeah, girl, I can see your glow from miles away. Okay, but that's not gonna give you the perfect flawless face. So that's why I'm using a very subtle highlighter, but then at the same time, it's still gonna give me the glow that I want. I call that an editorial highlighter. It's the kind of highlighter that a lot of makeup artists love to use on the shoots and stuff, because generally camera doesn't like highlighter. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's what I call a subtle highlighter, but then it's cute. Like, you're so cute. Like, you still got this, girl. You're still in the game. Okay. And now is the step for my blusher. So I don't want like a blush that is super pink. You know, I want to keep it kind of very settled, cute, luxury, expensive. What else? I want my look to be very expensive today. So one of the last steps that I'm going to do is that I'm going to set the face, because I want to make sure that it's going to last all day, all night, all day, all night, all day, all night. Feel the breeze. Feel like you're in Maldives. Tanning by the beach. I dream too hard. Okay. Ooh. It's very glassy, you know. But I need to apply lipstick first. Wait. So this is the final look, guys, and this is how you get the perfect, flawless, glass skin, expensive, luxury, Harvey Nichols, Maldives, and you with a glass skin. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and as I promised, I am fully coming back on YouTube, so support your girl. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, tag your friends, because I am also having an exciting giveaways coming out next week on my YouTube channel, so share it with all your friends. And also make sure you follow me on Instagram at Eljammi. As you know, I'm the only one that exists. Keep googling myself every single day.